Hey, Big V here, Verl Workman. Today we're talking teams, and we're going to talk about how to become a successful real estate agent. Everybody you talk to has an opinion, and most of them are probably average. At Workman Success Systems, we pride ourselves in developing not only high-performance agents, but high-performing teams. And it all comes down to greatness being predictable. So, if you want to have predictable success as a real estate agent, you have to make a determination that this is what you really want. Because if you really want to be successful, you're going to approach the market very differently. If you're getting a real estate license because you want to save commission on your own transaction, this probably isn't the video for you. Because I'm going to share with you the tools, the training, and the trade secrets that we use to coach and develop some of the highest performing real estate agents in the world. At the end of this video, I'm not only going to tell you what we do, I'm going to give you access to the actual training we use called Rising Agent Mastery or RAMP that'll give you access to a 12-week course on developing as a rock star realtor. Are you ready to go? Are you ready to buckle up? Are you ready to do something different and really find success in this business? You first have to understand that you're different. Did you know that 60% of real estate agents who get their license quit within the first 2 years? If you plan on being in real estate as a career, you already have to be better than the 60% who are going to quit. And so you have to come in with the mindset that it's hard. It's hard, and you're willing to do the work. Only 40% of those who stay keep their license after 2 years. And most of those do an average of 7 transactions. I want you to do an average of 24 transactions. I want you to make 6 figures or even 7 figures a year in real estate, but you can't get there without the right tools, without the right training, and without the right trade secrets. If I go back to my 30-year-old self, when I first came into real estate, I remember going through the 90 hours of real estate school. I did it in 10 days. I did 90 hours in 10 days, skipping lunch and going through the entire pre-licensing course. At the end of 10 days, I went and took the test and got my license. The same time my wife's little sister moved in with us, she started hair school. 2,000 hours, and a year and a half later she graduated and could cut my hair. Now I want you to think about, I'm helping people with their most important financial decision in their life after 10 days of real estate school, and she's not allowed to cut my hair for almost 2 years. There's something really messed up with the lack of education that comes in to become a professional real estate agent. So I'm going to encourage you right now to make a decision to be better than that, to not do the minimum required education, but to do more. The next thing is I want you to put yourself in a situation where real estate happens. The best trainer of real estate is the game. The faster you get into transactions, the faster you get in the game of real estate, the faster you're going to make money. I'm going to encourage you to find the right team. Find someone who's killing it in real estate that has tools, training, processes, and systems to help you develop as an agent, and that can put you in a situation where you learn how to do things right. You want somebody who has a great reputation of training and developing agents to be successful. Once you've defined and you've identified that team, now I want you to follow their process. Greatness is predictable, meaning that team leaders leave clues for success. What are the scripts they use? What are the daily success habits they follow? What's the daily huddle agenda? Are they working a top 50 and following it? Next is I want you to think about this. I want you to become an expert. You can't just do the minimum in real estate. How do you become a true expert on real estate? You take classes on negotiation, on appraisal. You take any class offered by a home inspector that teaches you what to look for in a home. You actually read the inspections and what they mean. You start doing things that other people aren't willing to do. When real estate comes up, you need to come from a place of educated response, not dialogue that's slick that hopes to earn you a client. When people know you know what you're talking about, you earn their trust and you'll earn their business. Don't be average. Become a true expert. We are in a skills-based market where agents with the skills will dominate while agents that don't have the skills will stay average. The average agent does 7 transactions a year. You can't expect exceptional results if you focus on average activities. So are you going to do the work that others are unwilling to do? How can you give more value than what's expected? When you sit down and have a commission compensation discussion with the client, they should be willing to pay you everything you're asking and more because you're saving them money or making them money and you're helping them make the right decisions for their family. What can you do to give more value that other people are not willing to do? So tomorrow you can elevate as an agent. I'm going to challenge you to not only download RAMP, but I want you to go through the entire 12-week process. The second time you go through it, I want you to watch the video, and then I want you to do the assignment, and then I want you to measure what you did, and I want you to report to somebody that you did it. As you go through through Ramp, you're going to learn all kinds of things about real estate. And I'm going to take you through some of the things that will help you establish whether or not you're willing to do the hard things. In the very beginning of Ramp in week 1, we talk about establishing your why, coming up with your core motivating value, who you're playing for, who is it that you're willing to do hard things for. I've learned that most people won't do hard things for themselves. So I want you to really reflect on what success means to you and why it's important. Who's going to be the beneficiary of you doing the hard work? Identify your passions. What do you love? What do you love about the business? What are the activities that make you lose track of time? They can be often part of your real why. I want to spend more time hiking, or I want to go boating, or I want to do things with my family, and I'm willing to work hard so I can have the weekend off and not have to worry about those things. I want you to consider your strengths. What are my strengths? Am I great with people? Do I love homes? Do I understand construction? How do you appeal to your strengths to focus on the right activities? And then understand the impact you have on others in the world. Do you inspire others? Are you able to help people see new ways of accomplishing their goals? And then as you've started to work these things through, I want you to write them down, because unless you write them down, they don't become real. Put it on a vision board and then test it. A strong why will guide you through times of uncertainty. It'll keep you motivated when things get tough, and it'll allow you to focus on the right things and drive you forward to getting real, measurable results. You want to be great as an agent? Start with the why. Without the why, you're just another agent making noise. Be someone different. Number 2, and this happens during week 2, is we're going to teach you how to find and manage the leads that come into your real estate practice. When we talk about the ramp to success, it's from going from wherever you are right now to an additional 2 transactions a month. Week 3 talks about how to establish meaningful connections with people. Real estate is a contact sport. You need to be seeing people belly to belly every single day. You don't make money sitting on your computer and doing social media. You make money by being face to face with people. Networking, building relationships, providing value, following leads, leveraging social media to create more of those opportunities, and being authentic in every relationship. Week 4 talks about generating and following leads from different sources. So everybody has to establish 4 pillars of income. We'll give you 20 different ways of establishing leads. You get to pick the 4 that'll each achieve 100% of your goal. Some of the lead sources are your sphere of influence, using online marketing resources, networking, direct mail, open houses, cold calling, working with investors, doing absentee home hires, for sale by owners and expireds. There's an unlimited number of opportunities to generate leads, and you get to pick the 4 that you're most likely to resonate with. Week 5, we get into the real basics of working with buyers. We want you to establish yourself as a buyer's expert. In week 6, we get into time management. How do you prioritize and get up and do the right things every day so every day is a productive day and a good day? In week session, we address the seller needs and seller expectations. We teach you how to list. So whether you're having a conversation with a buyer or a conversation with a seller, we put you in a place to have confidence in the communication that sets you up for success with that client. You educate the client about what's going on in the marketplace, about properties that are on the market and off the market. You communicate regularly. You follow up with a passion and a system. You provide professional marketing, negotiation skills, and you manage the process with technology and automation. Ramping your business to success, becoming a great agent, is methodical, and it's a process, and it's a week-by-week thing that you follow. As you go through the program, you'll understand the financial side of real estate, knowing your numbers. In week number 9, you'll love this because we talk about how to market yourself as an expert, and then how to create professional relationships where you don't have to be an expert in everything, but you have someone who is. Developing a strong personal brand, developing your social media network, offering true value, and then building relationships with true professionals so that when you need expertise advice, you have a resource to go to. I'll tell you that asking for referrals is not easy, but when you bring something to the table and you give more value to the people that you have relationships with, the referrals begin to flow. We're going to teach you a systematic process for not only getting referrals, but also for giving referrals. Week 10, we're going to get into objection handling, interacting with clients, role play scripts and dialogues. Week 11, we're going to show you how to dominate with your CRM. And then week 12, we're going to talk to you about how to build your financial buckets so you always have money left over at the end of the month. I promise you that success is not a secret. It's not some accidental thing that happens. Success is the result of doing the right things over and over and over. Your ramp to success is just a click away. It's right here at the bottom of this video. I'm going to give you free access to Ramp, and all I want you to do is download the system. Go in and put your name, your information in, and open up your eyes. And don't just watch the videos, let's do the work. Are you ready to ramp your business and become the greatest agent the world has ever known? I'm ready to see your success.